Yo guys, what is going on? It is the Clone Kid here. So this is going to be another small mock that I'm going to be doing just to add some content on the channel. I finally decided now I'm going to be posting hopefully so for the time being, so this isn't permanent. I'm going to be posting one video on Monday every 2 to 3 weeks. It's most likely going to be 2 weeks. So Monday every 2 weeks, I'm gonna be posting a video. Got a video for you guys. So it might be 3 weeks. It really just depends on, again, how I'm feeling. And again, it's not going to be permanent. It could be from now on. It could be Friday every week, or it could just be Monday every week, because I think those are the 2 days that I would want to be making videos on. And again, it's not convenient for a lot of people, especially when they have jobs. So that's just again, it's not permanent, but that's just what I'm throwing up in the air, what I want to do. So getting finished with that, going into the mock. This mock, it isn't based off of any real world planet. That's like what I do with pretty much all of my videos. They're not really based off of any particular planet, just because I feel like I can do more, have more creativity, and not have to limit myself to a certain theme of a planet. But the kind of I don't know, basis, or what this mock was themed on. Obviously we have the 501st Legion clone troopers, and this is supposed to be like a kind of just a small, very tiny little section of an outpost that let's just say the clone army in general has set up. And this was supposed to be taking place right after a battle that the clone army just had. And if I move this forward, it's a little hard for me now because of my tripod. I'm forced to have to move this and not really the camera, just because of the type of tripod that I have, even though it's $100. But hey, I'm in a small space. So if we move in here to this corner of the mock, they just finished their battle, and this clone trooper, he has just dropped down a droid onto the pile of battle droids. So they're getting all the battle droids and putting them into a pile and separating their guns from the battle droids. So eventually they'll be scrapped for materials. And he is now walking back, and he would be grabbing his blaster that he had to set down, so he could be grabbing the Lego battle droids. Moving further up the mock, here are 3 clone troopers. So this is kind of like a road here, and these clone troopers are running up, and they would be going up this little pathway down further into what would be the base, which would be over here. But obviously this is a mini mock, so that clone base is not there. And moving up, there is a kind of hill that's apparent in the mock. Here, if I can try to get a good angle on it. And I tried to add, this is kind of where I wanted to add at least some detail for the mock. So I added a lot of grass on this side, and I just completely, these all just blew up. Okay. Well, one day that will be added into my bloopers if I feel like making a playlist. So these are it's a mix of grass and these kind of, I don't know what these are called. These foliage leaves. I don't know what their actual name is, but I'm just gonna call them leaves. I guess you might use them for like bamboo or something. I'm sorry. I don't know their actual Lego name. But I was planning on doing that, but I did add some grass pieces on top to kind of make it look uneven. And it's not perfect, but I think I captured that pretty well. to make it look pretty uneven and really, thick with foliage. Moving up the mock, if I turn it around for you guys can see that there is a very tiny little pathway that these two clone troopers are traveling down. And they would be meeting up at this kind of, I don't know, main plateau area, if you will. Continuing forward, we have two clone troopers who are, they're just chatting there in the back, talking about how the battle went. And then here we have Captain Rex, and he's kind of, he's just looking out into what would be a field and just watching as, this clone trooper would be dumping these battle droids into the pile, kind of getting an overview. And he's behind this kind of, I don't know what you would call it. I guess it would be a tiny, little wall that would have been kind of broken down over time, and it's kind of been, overrun with grass because of how old it is. And then moving on, we just have two crates here, and these two clone troopers here and here, they set their blasters down there on the crates so they can obviously pick up these droids and deliver them to their little pile. And this clone trooper, he is grabbing this droid out of the grass that has been shot and killed, and he will eventually be picking that up and obviously putting it into the pile. And just so it wasn't, completely plain, I did add a tiny little corner of grass here. I wanted to add, obviously detail here during the main pathways and kind of road, if you will, but I just couldn't really find a solution that would look good, because I put plates on the ground. I made the ground look uneven. Made the ground look uneven with grass, and whatever I did just really didn't look good with the kind of mountain design that I really wanted to go with. But again, that's what I chose. And I think, for being such a small mock, I think it looks fine. And especially for the kind of grass techniques that I used, I think it looks pretty fine. Again, it's not the best thing that you're gonna find out there, but it is pretty good for the most part. And again, it is very, very simple. So I really do thank you guys for watching. If you have made it this far, please like, subscribe, maybe, comment down below if you want to. That really would mean a lot to me. I've had a lot of success in these past weeks, and I hope I can, keep that going. And just right before we head out and this video ends, I just really, I wanted to put this 501st speeder in the mock, but I was, it's just been sitting in my collection for like a year, and I wanted to put it in, but I was just dumbfounded by how massive this thing is. I remember people talking about how it wasn't minifig scale at all, and I obviously knew that when I built it, but again, it's been sitting on a shelf for a year, and it hasn't really been next to any clone troopers or Lego minifigs. So when I put it in there, I was just like, wow, this thing is massive. It's nowhere near minifig scale. And everyone who obviously did a review on the 501st Battle Pack said that the speeder wasn't minifig scale at all. But I was just like, how big it is compared to what, an actual speeder should look like. How, the engine kind of back area should pretty much be, at least the Lego Clone Trooper his head should be poking out above the top of the engine, or at least make it, when he's standing. But I was just really dumbfounded about how big this thing really was, and how even if I did put it in there, you know how small it makes this mock look compared to how small the land speeder makes the mock. I was just like, wow. So I'll definitely be making a tutorial or just be showcasing someone's tutorial on a minifig scale land speeder. I know I wouldn't call it trend, but you know, the idea of making a minifig scale land speeder is it's well been over, because again, that battle pack has been released about a year ago now. So I think I might still at least, you know, put a few YouTubers videos in the description down below. But I'm rambling on now, so everyone please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and hey, maybe even comment if you have any ideas of mocks that are, you know, ideas that aren't on planets or that are on actual planets that are in the Star Wars universe. This is the Clone Kid, out.